Okay, as I start recording this, I have no idea what I'm going to title this video. Little peek behind the curtain here. As we're starting this video, um, I just can't get over and I'm a firm believer in bloodlines, right? And um, not Jim, but his brother John has talked about how he's a firm believer in bloodlines. I know Jim is as well, based on all the players that he got that were former NFL players, kids at U of M. Um, I am. And I think sometimes there's something special in a name. And I think part of that is just growing up and watching greatness. Being around greatness, it's almost impossible not to have it rub off on you. I mean, think about in your life. All right, we're going to have a couple of conversations about this, right? Have you had a job where you just had that boss that was just the smartest person in the room? Right? Or worked at a successful company or something like, don't tell me some of those life lessons didn't rub off on you. They do. And you learn those things. You understand. You grew up in an area where you understood what kind of work it took to be great. Now the only decision is, are you going to do it? And of course we're sitting here talking about Brendan Rice, but what I thought was interesting was Jerry Rice's reaction to Brendan Rice falling all the way to 225. We're going to talk about that. But before that, I want to continue talking about what creates good athletes, what creates good players. All right? Is it genetics? Yeah, of course part of it's genetics. Of course it is. All right? Here's the deal. I'm not a ridiculous athlete, that's for sure. I'm not a bad athlete. I was a college athlete, right? Playing tennis, right? And but I love football, right? So my kids naturally have some athlete in them. They have some speed in them and stuff like that. But that's not what makes them any good at things. I'm not even making them play sports if they don't want to do it. But Hudson, my son, is started T-ball this year. He's 5, just turned 6. He started T-ball this year. And leading up to the T-ball season, I just spent a couple weeks, 2-3 times each of the 2 weeks, just going out in the backyard and teaching him to hit off a tee. That's it. He had never really picked up a bat, never shown interest, but he started doing it. So now we've started playing T-ball, and on his team, he's the one that's the most consistently hitting the ball off the coach, their coach pitch right now, right? Hitting the ball off the coach and all that kind of stuff. Now, is he still struggling with the catching and the grounding and the fielding? Yeah, he is. But it's simple. He was taught. And it's amazing how you can tell the family where a father actually plays catch with his son or throws the football with his son or has his son around that between the father who doesn't. You just know. So dads, moms, by the way, I had a mom that I played catch with because she was a softball player, right? Play catch with your kids. All right, get them outside. Teach them that stuff. But let's talk about Brendan Rice. Enough of the weird lecture at the first 3 minutes. Not a lecture. Loving advice. All right, so let's talk about Brendan Rice and why I just have this belief that he's going to do it. No, he doesn't flash. All right? He doesn't have this flash of 4.4 speed or just ridiculous route running or anything like that, but he's good at everything. I don't understand dropping to 225. Here's what he said about his dad's reaction. He goes, "My dad was hot." Rice said of his father, Jerry, one of the greatest in NFL history. His first words he said was, "Time to go to work." Again, that's what I love. And my hope is that work ethic starts paying off. Rice later would say, "You guys see the flash. What's up, guys? The humble dude," right? To me, he's like, heck no. We're going to take this to a different level. These guys are going to feel us. All right? It's a good person to have in your corner. And my hope is this actually makes Jerry get a little more hands-on with his son. You've seen 2 superstar players' kids in this draft at wide receiver. You have Marvin Harrison's son, all right? Marvin Harrison Jr., and you have Jerry Rice's son, Brendan Rice. Marvin Harrison is sitting there in the media talking about, look, you have good coaches. I get it. They're not me. Listen to me. He's even talking about that when he's at Ohio State, which is a wide receiver factory. He's like, they haven't been through what I've been through. Listen to me. And you can tell he has been the guy that is all over his kid to show him what greatness looks like. Jerry at the NFL Combine, Brendan's dad, sat there in interviews like, hey, I'm here if he wants help, but I try and let the coaches be coaches. I try and let him have his own experience, but he knows I'm here if he needs me. Well, Brendan, you just went to number 225 in the draft. You need your dad. Start talking to your father. Also, I feel like you're in a good spot to be successful under Jim Harbaugh as well. There's no doubt about that. And I think Brendan Rice also realizes that he's in a good spot. All right, listen to what he said here about his landing spot. He said it was very frustrating, the whole draft process, Rice said. But at the same time, it was a blessing because everything can be a blessing in disguise. So I prayed to go to a team that really wanted me. And God felt as though the Chargers wanted me. So there's the spiritual side of it that he has realized, like, this is where I'm supposed to be, so I'm going to get there. And then there's the other side of it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I just wanted to get my foot in the door, be around a good group of people, Rice continued. I wanted to be in a room that I could go ahead and prove myself, doing the same things that I've been doing my whole life from Colorado to USC. Now I've been chasing competition and I've always wanted to prove myself time and time again. You can go ahead and be frustrated, but you have to look at it as a blessing. All right? Cool. He's saying the right things. He's saying it's a blessing over and over again. It's a blessing over and over again. Also, a lot of times when guys say it's a blessing over and over again, it means I'm going to make it one. Right? Like, that's what it's going to say. More quotes. Let's go more quotes. I would have to say, first, above most, every day I approach the game with, today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can. Great quote. My work ethic will separate myself. Bring that every single day. You got the talent. You got the bloodlines to make it happen. You're in a wide receiver room where there's a lot of them, but also none of them are just unbelievable. I think it's somehow become a deep wide receivers room, but it's not a loaded wide receivers room. And I understand that 7th round picks have a very high bust rate. Not bust, but they have a very low hit rate. That's the best way to say it. You're up against a lot of stuff. All right? But you're in California, close to where you played college ball, close to where you grew up. All right? Enjoy this. You're home. Go out there and make something happen. I feel good about it. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. If there's Chargers news, we're talking about it. I think we made it to 5,000. Thank you, everybody. 5,000 subs. Love it. Really appreciate it. And it's been an awesome time starting and being part of this Chargers fan community and just talking Chargers football. All right. Thank you so much for being here with it. See you on the next one.